Hi class, today our lesson is adding fractions using the standard algorithm. This is found in Swun lesson 5-9 and 5-10. Our goal for the end of the lesson is today we'll add fractions using the standard algorithm. So we've gone from improper fractions to mixed numbers, and I'm just going to review that with you. So if we have an improper fraction, it means that our numerator is greater than our denominator. When we do that, we need to get it to a mixed number. So this is what will happen when you're adding them and your solution might be a mixed number. We need to turn it to a mixed, improper fraction. We need to get it to a mixed number. So we use in and out. 11 goes in, 9 goes out, 9 goes into 11 1 times 9 is 9, 11 minus 9 is 2. This 2, we bring it up. That becomes our numerator, and our denominator stays the same. So 11 ninths is the same thing as 1 2 ninths. We have a few steps today. We're going to first set it up vertically. Step number 2 is find the common denominator by multiplying the fraction by the opposite denominator, and I will show you that. Step number 3 is add numerators only. The denominator stays the same. We can write that right here. No improper fractions, so we need to change to a mixed number, just like I showed you up here. And then we're going to simplify using the GCF. Okay, I'm going to keep those steps out. I'm getting my red pen out. My first problem, 1/2 plus 1/3. Step number 1 says set it vertically. 1/2 plus 1/3. Find the common denominator by multiplying the fraction by the opposite denominator. So this one has a denominator of 2, this one has a 3. So I'm going to multiply this one by the opposite denominator, which is 3. So I'm going to multiply 3 over 3. And then this one, I'm going to multiply by 2. So 2 over 2. When I multiply, I get I multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. If you notice, what we did is we made it so it has a common denominator. You can add only if the denominators are the same. Now, step number 3 is we're going to add the numerators only. The denominator stays the same, and they have to be the same before we can add. So I'm going to add 3 plus 2 is 5. Denominator stays the same, which is 6. No improper fractions. I look here, 5, 6, that's proper. We don't have to do that step. Step number 6, find the GCF. 1 times 5, oh, those are the only factors. 6, 1 times 6, 2 and 3. The only one that they have the same is a 1, so if I divide that by 1, I'm going to get 5, 6, so I'm done. Next problem. If I need 1 3/4 cups of sugars for the cookie recipe and 1 2/5 cups of sugars for the scone recipe, how much sugar do I need? So 1 3/4 plus 1 2/5. I did step number 1, I set it up vertically. Step number 2, find a common denominator by multiplying the fraction of the opposite denominator. So right now we're just looking at these fractions. We're going to ignore the whole numbers for now. So this opposite, 4 and 5. So I'm going to multiply the 4 by 5 over 5. And I'm going to multiply the 5 by 4 over 4. I get 1 whole, the whole stays the same. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. Now the whole stays the same. 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 4 is 20. What we notice is we have the same denominator now. Now I can add numerators only. The denominator stays the same. So I'm going to add 15 plus 8 is 23, and I have 20th. 1 plus 1 is 2. No improper fractions. Change to a mixed number. I look here. This is improper, so I need to solve using in, out. 23 goes in, 20 goes out. 20 goes into 23 one time. 1 times 20 is 20. 23 minus 20 is 3. This 3 comes up, becomes my numerator. The denominator stays the same. I have 20 as my denominator. But don't forget I have these 2 wholes. So 2 wholes plus 1 whole is 3 wholes, and 3 over 20. Next step, simplify using the GCF. So I take my fraction 3, 1 and 3, 20, 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. I'm at a repeat, so I'm going to stop. The only thing they have in common is 1, so I am done. This is in simplest form. Okay, we are getting out our pencils again. We're going to do number 1 together. Set up the problem vertically, so 1/4 plus 1/3. Find a common denominator by multiplying by the opposite. So this one's a 4, and this one's a 3. So multiply this one by 3 over 3, and this one by 4 over 4. 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12, 1 times 4 is 4, 3 times 4 is 12. The denominators are the same now. Now I can add the numerators only. 3 plus 4 is 7. Denominator stays the same, 12. 7 12s. No improper fractions. This one's an improper fraction, so we're good. Simplify using the GCF. So 7, 1 times 7, and then 12. 1 times 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. The only number that is the same is a 1, so our answer is in simplest form. Number 2, Jane ran 2.5 miles on Wednesday and 4 3/4 miles on Friday. How far did she run altogether? So set it up vertically, 2 1/2, 4 3/4. Multiply by the opposite denominator. So times by 4 over 4. This one has a 2, so times 2 over 2. Again, the whole numbers will be the same. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. Now I can add numerators only. Denominator stays the same. 4 plus 6 is 10. 8 is my denominator. I'm running out of space. 2 plus 4 is 6. Step number 2, no improper fractions. This is improper. The bigger number is on top. We can't have the numerator be bigger, so in and out. 10 goes in, 8 goes out, 8 goes into 10 1 times. 1 times 8 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. Bring that up. That becomes my numerator. My denominator was 8. It stays the same. So I have 1 and 2 eighths plus this 6 from before, so I have 7 and 2 eighths. Now I need to simplify using the GCF. So I have 1 and 2, and then I have 8. 1, 8, 2, and 4. Oh, my GCF is 2, so I'm going to divide by 2 over 2, which equals to 1/4. So I have 7 and 1/4 as my answer. Okay, you have 1, 2 homework problems, and then rate your understanding.